Hey guys, here it's Oracle Tech. How's it going? Today we've got a really cool unboxing. We're going to be looking at the SCUF Impact controller. A couple of new stuff here that SCUF have released. So I thought we'd do a little bit of unboxing and have a look if it's worth the money, because these definitely do not come cheap. So you can see here there's some cool customized features that you can have to any of your controllers. Obviously there's two types of controllers for the PS4. There is a new one in the States which hasn't been released in the UK. I don't think we'll be seeing that due to SCUF's license agreements for some reason. So that's US and Canada only. But this is the flagship controller for SCUF within Europe. Let's have a look inside the box then. So we've got a welcome note here from the CEO and founder with a 5% discount. Useful, I guess, for any additional purchases you want to make from SCUF. And we've got the product guide with all the information in the different languages for the customization, how to reset the controller, etc. If you have any issues, what you need to do, who to contact. So that's pretty useful. That might come in handy later. And for the customization of the thumbsticks, which you can have the original PS4 or the SCUF ones at different heights. This is the removal tool, which we can take a little bit of a look at later. So here is the controller. So I've gone for all out black. Obviously this is a little bit cheaper in terms of it's a standard color for the actual main compartment. Obviously the buttons variants are black, so that would cost a little bit, and obviously the new grip here you can see on the back. So my first impressions are it's absolutely incredibly good looking. I love the complete black effect and I love the grip. This is the new grip that they've just added on their website, which we'll take a little look at later in terms of the options you have for that, and of course the paddles at the back, which is one of the key features you would want to buy a SCUF. Also the magnetic tag, which you can use to customize the paddles to whichever buttons you want on the whole controller. So we're taking a look at how much that costs and how that works, but it's literally just stuck on the back, and then you hold the buttons down and paddles are ready to go. And of course here is the thumbstick removers, which you can remove to customize your color or the height or the different variants of controller thumbsticks that they are, if you would like to change that in the future. So let's take a look on the website to see what how I customize this controller and ordered it. First of all, they've got a really good deal going on here, so you can max out pretty much any of the controllers for a set price, which was not an offer when I ordered mine, unfortunately. So you could go for any color schemes, that cost up to £15, etc. So use that code down at the bottom for £164.99, which is a really good deal. So 99p, I should say, in the UK, not cents. Anyways, let's go have a look what their PlayStation controllers. Obviously the Infinity and the Impact. So the one that I've got is the Impact. So as we scroll down, it just shows you all the information. Obviously those are the preset buttons on the paddles, but you can change that with the magnet tag that was showed earlier. And these are the digital triggers, which we'll be looking at a little bit later, but these are basically the reason I got this controller, and most likely the reason you guys are watching this video, because these are the new triggers, which are absolutely incredible, but I'll come back to that in a bit. So let's go on to customizing and actually making the controller. Obviously there are variances you can start with different color schemes, but we'll just go with the black, and there's not much customization to my controller because I try to keep the cost in terms of the visuals low and put on as many of the accessories that's going to help my gameplay out a little bit more. So here we go. Here's all the different color schemes you can add on. So like I said, it can get very expensive really quick. Actually there you can see £20 for just some different color schemes. Obviously with that discount code on at the moment, you can have whichever one you want pretty much, so that's really cool. So obviously I went black for the main structure shell. And here's the EMR, which is, if you want to customize the paddles, you will need this. You can get it at a later date, however I highly recommend it. And of course here are the three different triggers: your traditional, default, the trigger control system, which you can put 50% stop on it, and then you can customize those colors. But I've went for the digital triggers for first-person shooters, and they are absolutely insane, which I'll show you a little bit later. So unfortunately, you can't select any colors for the digital ones, but the black, well, it went with my scheme. Same for the R1 and L1s, went for that. And for the thumbsticks, you can change the height, the colors, however you want. You can even choose the original PS4 thumbsticks, but I highly recommend the SCUF ones. Yes, they do wear and tear a little bit faster than the normal ones, but I feel like the grip is much better. So you can do that. Some people like a higher variant on the right thumbstick. So there's so much customization to it, hence the reason why the price is expensive, because it's customized to your individual need. And the control disc here, which I didn't go for, probably would have gone for it if I'd known this discount was on now. So there we go, I went for the black on the button kit just to black it out. Absolutely love it. And then here the military grade. So this is the original one they've had, which you can choose different color schemes for. But I went for the high performance. It's just, I think it's got more of a grip to it rather than that cool visual effect, which is cool. It's actually got like a rubbery effect. So I highly recommend that. And then the last thing is if you want the no vibrations to make it lighter, but to be honest, I don't think, well, unless you're really fussy, probably keep them in. So back to the controller here. These are the thumbsticks. These are the SCUF ones, which are really good, and the blacked out buttons, and there you can see the paddles underneath and the headphone jack. For your headphones, so it acts as a standard, obviously PS4 controller, with slightly different body, more of an Xbox kind of feel, which is I really enjoy. To be honest, at first, holding it with the two outer panels is a bit weird at first, but you kind of get used to it. And using the paddles takes time. It's trying to tell your brain to use those rather than moving your thumb off the thumbsticks. So yes, it does take time, but it definitely helps. And let's have a quick look at the trigger system. So unlike the traditional PS4 controller, where the triggers have quite a significant movement until it registers when to fire in first-person shooters, this is immediate. It's exactly like a PC mouse click. It is almost instant, and you can hear it. I'll just be quiet for a second. So this is going to help your gaming and first-person shooting dramatically. The feedback, it's absolutely instant, and I'll show you a bit of a clip later on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. The only disadvantage of this is when it comes to racing games, etc., where it requires there's different percentages on the triggers, it's not going to work. But you always have your controller to use that. So if you're a person who plays first-person shooters a lot, I highly recommend this controller to use. So let's take a look at some gameplay that I recorded earlier using this controller on Call of Duty.